وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. And imagine the time when your Lord said to the angels, I have decided to appoint a Khalifa on earth. قَالُوا أَتَجْعَلُوا فِيهَا. They responded by saying, are you going to appoint therein مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا, the one who is going to cause mischief in it, وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاء, and they are going to shed the blood of each other, وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ, and we glorify you with your praise, وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ, and extol your holiness. قَالَ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. He said, I know what you don't know. Now we are going through a passage of the Quran which comes immediately before God's invitation to the children of Israel, the Jews, to believe, have faith in the Quran and the Messenger, God's mercy be on him. Before extending that invitation, the Almighty is narrating the story of Adam, his creation, and angels' response to God's decision, and the response of Iblis, the Satan. This prelude to the extension of invitation to believe has its own reasons, which we shall discuss later. In this particular verse, God Almighty is mentioning the fact that He decided to create a Khalifa, a being that was decided, ordained to have authority, to be independent, to have the ability to choose whatever it would want to. When the angels came to learn about God's plan, they responded by asking, "Oh God, are you going to create in this world, in the earth, those who are going to cause mischief and are going to shed the blood of each other? Why we praise you and extol your holiness." Why did the angels imagine that the being that is going to be created is going to be the one that is going to cause mischief? Well, the answer is that the understanding of Khalifa, as was explained to them, created in them the understanding that the creature, the being, is going to have independence, authority to decide whatever it would choose to. That freedom the angels imagined is going to cause them to use it negatively, and that misuse of freedom is ultimately going to cause them to cause mischief on earth and to shed the blood of each other. Probably they had already seen what the jinns had already done when they were given independence, and they wondered that while they're already there and they're already praising God and extolling His holiness, what was the need for any other being to get created? Well, the angels asking this question is a reality that informs us that asking questions, trying to understand a concept, a reality, by being critical is not something that is condemnable, undesirable. Angels are obedient to God. They are the ones who implement God's decisions, and yet when God introduced to them His plan, a master plan to create man, it were the angels who raised questions because they didn't understand the plan properly, and the Almighty in the subsequent verses is going to respond to the question that was raised and respond to convince them. May the Almighty enable us to understand the Quran properly and to follow God's expectations that are mentioned therein.